Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Kate's Fashion Flips. My name is Kate, obviously, if that wasn't clear. In today's video, I have a what sold video going through 1 week of sales as a part-time online clothing reseller between the dates of September 7th through September 13th. Sales on Poshmark have still been slow. Over the weekend, I kind of had like a major boost in sales, and now we're back down to really crappy, super slow sales on Poshmark. So I don't know what's going on, but sales on eBay have been really good. So let's dive into my sales. Hey guys, all right, let's jump into this. If I make any sudden movements or move too fast or too much, my screen freezes up, but I may still freeze up anyway, but you'll still be able to hear my voice. So jumping in here, we will not start off with eBay, although that is a really good sale that we will be getting to. This is a Mercari sale that we're going to start off with. We have 3 sales on Mercari, which is absolutely insane for 1 week. That never happens to me, so pretty happy about that. This is a Hirsch and Timber tan cottagecore prairie tradwife maxi dress size medium. In my description, I put a few keywords to help the search algorithm. I put cottagecore, clean girl, neutral capsule wardrobe, and maiden. I paid $7 for this dress at a Uptown Cheapskate, which is a consignment store, during a sale that they were having 80% off. And this sold for $27, which I believe was an offer that I sent out, making my profit $17.30. And this only took 33 days to sell, which is really good. A sale that only took 33 days is relatively pretty quick for my business. Usually my business is more of a long haul. I have to wait a while for things to sell. Hirsch and Timber isn't necessarily a Bolo brand or a brand to be on the lookout for to resell, but this was new without tags. It was also 100% linen, which I'm surprised I didn't have in my title because that's a major selling factor. But it was also modest and embodied the cottagecore and prairie and tradwife aesthetic. So really happy about that sale and would definitely pick it up again. All right, this next sale on Mercari is this vintage Nike purple white green oversized sporty windbreaker jacket size large. In my description, I put the keywords retro 90s, 80s, fitness gym, workout streetwear, and casual. I got this at a yard sale for only $3. It sold for $32, which is really good for a Nike piece. I wasn't sure if this was vintage. I did mark it as vintage, but even if your item isn't truly vintage, as long as you have lots of different pictures, vintage can also be a style aesthetic. So I feel like it's okay to put vintage. So that makes my profit $25.80. And this only took 14 days to sell. So really happy with this sale. Last sale on Mercari was also a really surprising sale. It didn't sell for a lot, but it's just from the brand H&M. This is an H&M gray V-neck casual neutral winter outdoor classic sweater size 2XL. In my description, I put the keywords preppy, minimalist, closet staple, wardrobe basic, and capsule wardrobe. When I have like a neutral clothing item that I want to sell, I usually put the keywords minimalist, closet staple, and wardrobe basic. And then I'll also sometimes put the keyword capsule wardrobe. And capsule wardrobe is basically when you have a wardrobe full of basics that you can mix and match. And it's a very like sustainable and put together way of having your closet be, I guess. I got this from a yard sale for $2. It sold for $11.25, which was an offer that I accepted, making my profit $8.13. And this only took 8 days to sell. I wasn't sure if this was a women's or men's sweater. I did decide to sell it as a woman's and put it under the women's category. It was also marked as a size medium, but it was a very large. So I listed it as a size 2XL and just mentioned that in my description. Now, the problem with this is I don't think it ever started tracking. And I remember packaging this up and dropping it off. So hopefully it all works out because this is still pending. It has not been delivered. I had to mark it as it being delivered because I got a reminder from Mercari saying ship this item. And I thought I have shipped this item. So hopefully it all works out and this money goes through, I mean, it was only an $8.13 profit, but still $8.13 is, that's a good amount of money in my opinion. That gets you like 6 things at the dollar store. All right, next thing here is a pair of Justin boots. This is my one sale on Depop for the week. This is a pair of Justin Jr. girls black pebbled leather lace-up cowgirl outdoor boots, size 3. There was a little bit of discoloration on the toes, as well as some peeling of the leather on the inside of the boots. I will never understand shoe companies that have genuine leather on most of the shoe, but then have a part of the shoe that has faux leather, because that will drastically decrease the life of the shoe, because faux leather will start to peel after a while, and then it just like ruins the quality of the shoe, even if there is real leather on the shoes. For this listing, I put the keywords country, Texas, going out, and school, as well as Western. I got these from the same yard sale I got that Nike jacket from. I paid $5 for these. They sold for my full asking price of $30. That makes my profit $23.35. And this only took 4 days to sell, which is absolutely crazy. I saw the sale come through. I saw that I made a sale on Depop, and when I went to check what it was, I saw that these shoes sold, and I was pretty stoked. So that's awesome. All right, moving over now to Poshmark. I believe I made more Poshmark sales than my last What Sold video, but still not as much as I would like. Poshmark has it's been dead. It's been like just sad. Like I've been listing so much. I've been listing consistently. I've really been working on my reselling business, especially this time of year when sales are supposed to start booming, and sales have not been that good on Poshmark. But this first sale on Poshmark is this Viore gray elastic waist comfy athleisure all-day jogger jumpsuit, size large. In my description, I put the keywords travel, on the go, casual, lounge, baggy fitness, workout, and yoga. I got this at a grand opening of an Indie Clover location. Indie Clover is kind of a store. It's kind of like consignment, but not really. People rent out booths, and then they can sell clothes for prices that they mark their stuff at. And then Indie Clover, which is the store, will take a percentage of it. And you also have to pay for the booth space. But when I was there that day, I found 2 of these Viore jumpsuits. One still had the rip tag, and it was marked as a size extra large. And then one, which is this one, didn't have the rip tag still and measured at around a size large. And the extra large one that still had the rip tag was marked at $20, but I still decided to buy it, and I already sold that one and made like a $13 profit. This one was only marked at $12 though, so after tax, around $13 was my cost of goods. It sold for an offer of $40, making my profit $19, and this took 90 days to sell. I wish I found Viore more often. It's definitely, well, I don't know. I thought like Viore was the top tier athletic athleisure brand out there, but I recently sold an Aloe jacket very quickly. So I think that Aloe is the top tier like athleisure athletic brand to be on the lookout for in terms of resale value. This next sale is a pair of Abercrombie & Fitch pink cream floral crinkle textured pull-on pants, size medium long. In my description, I put the keywords boho, bohemian, girly brunch, vacation, and hippie. The fact that they were a long size definitely helped them sell, because there are women specifically looking for pants and jeans that are long and have a longer inseam. I actually got a return request from the buyer, or item not as described. The buyer said that these pants were shrunk, which they were a size medium. I feel like they measured at more a size small, but I always put measurements. Actually, no. The waist is about a size medium. I always put measurements though, and they didn't look shrunk to me. And so the buyer claimed that they were shrunk. She already had these pants, but she bought these ones to replace the ones that she had because the ones that she had shrunk. And I said, okay, but even if these have shrunk, I provided measurements, right? So you could have measured yourself. I just don't understand why people don't check measurements. And I'm glad I provided measurements, because Poshmark did end up siding with me. I paid $3 for these at Uptown Cheapskate. I believe they sold for $30, making my profit $21, and these took 72 days to sell. This was a part of a set. I did not have the top, but the pants were cute on their own. Had it just been the top and not the pants, I probably wouldn't have picked it up because a cropped top is less of a substantial piece than a pair of pants. This next sale here is something I was debating about keeping, but because they're so cute, but I have a lot of pairs of jeans and I thrift jeans for myself really often. This is a pair of We the Free brown boho 70s hippie festival bleached jade flare jeans, size 17, size 27. In my description, I put the keywords bohemian, retro, cute, and casual. I paid $5.50 for these. They sold for an offer of $20, making my profit $10.50, and these took 37 days to sell, which is pretty good in my opinion. Flare jeans are definitely a popular style. These ones, I wasn't sure if they had been purposefully dyed by maybe a previous owner or if that was the style, but the bleaching kind of seemed inconsistent. I thought it was cute, but I think it was a homemade job. And so I made sure to put the jeans had been altered with bleaching throughout. See pictures. So maybe that's why it sold for a little less. I feel like Free People flare jeans, you can get more around $30 for them, but that is okay. I would pick those up again. Next sale is a Christmas sweater. I have not found any Halloween sweaters, unfortunately, because I know that Halloween vintage stuff and sweaters can do really well, but I have not found it, unfortunately. This sweater here came from the bins. This is a North Crest red, white, Holly Birds Christmas holiday cozy warm cardigan size 2X. I don't know why I put cardigan because this is only a half button up. Anyway, in my description, I put the keywords cabin core, grandma core, and layering. I bought this for $4 at the Goodwill outlet. It sold for an offer of $20, making my profit $12. And this only took 18 days to sell, which is super good. I went to the Goodwill outlet actually yesterday and I found, I think maybe it was only two, but I found two Christmas sweaters and I'm excited to get those listed and to sell those. All right, next sale here, we have a pair of Teva brown leather Para Float Nova Luxe hook and loop outdoor hiking sandals, size 8. In my description, I had a bunch of information that I believe I got from a different website that was selling these sandals, but it wasn't directly from Teva's website. I put the keywords grunge, camping, beach, casual, versatile, and granola girl to help me in the search algorithm. I actually got these from the same yard sale as that H&M sweater, or actually no, I don't know. These sandals though for sure came from the same yard sale as that Nike jacket that sold on Mercari. And actually there were two of these brown sandals, both the same size, both pretty much the same condition. So I don't know why this girl had two of the exact same shoe in the exact same size with the same amount of wear. But nonetheless, I bought these for $4. They sold for my full asking price of $25, making my profit $16. And these took 7 days to sell. We're definitely going out of sandal season, but I don't know. It's like today is like the first, yesterday and today were the first cold days of where we live. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt and I have not worn a long sleeve shirt in so long because it's just been hot. So I'm excited to get in the cozy mode now. I want to go thrifting for some fall outfits for myself and some Halloween decor. Maybe I'll do a thrifting for Halloween decor vlog on my channel. That would be fun, but I'll still try to keep it like reseller related. This next sale is really cool. This was completely style based, but I saw this dress at the thrift store and it was coming home with me no matter what. This is a splash purple multicolor tie-dye star moon whimsy goth celestial maxi dress size 12. In my description, I put the keywords Miss Frizzle, unique, party casual, fairy grunge, artsy, and moody. I wonder if someone bought this for a Miss Frizzle costume. If you don't know who Miss Frizzle is, that's the teacher from the TV show Magic School Bus. They actually made a reboot of the cartoon. I didn't watch that show that much as a kid. I remember watching the Magic School Bus at school, but how beautiful is this dress? I just thought it was so cool.
I paid $8 for this dress. It sold for $34, which is really good for a style-based pickup. I believe I originally had it listed at $45 and I accepted that $34 offer. That makes my profit $19.12, and this took 93 days. So also not too long for a style-based pickup either. That dress was just so cool, so gorgeous. This next sale is this J. Crew brown linen cotton minimalist neutral casual oversized sweater size extra large. In my description, I put the keywords quiet luxury, closet staple, wardrobe basic, capsule wardrobe. There are those 3 keywords I always put for listings like this or items like this. And I also put knit and beachy. I paid $6 for this. I had it listed for $30. Prime Lister sent out a 10% discount and it sold for $27, making my profit $15.60. And this took 82 days to sell. I remember picking this up and I wasn't too sure if I should pick it up, but it was a larger size and it had linen in it. And it was also a brown color, and brown taupe colors like that sell really well this time of year. So had a few good factors going for it. Next sale is this vintage sweater cardigan, which I got from the same yard sale as that Nike jacket. I got so many goodies at that yard sale, and I think I talked about this yard sale in my last What Sold video as well. This is a vintage Sarah Peck orange multicolor 100% wool cropped striped sweater size medium. In my description, I put the keywords cozy, winter thick, shawl collar, tribal, and geometric. Shawl collar, I think, is a good thing to mention in your listing because I think some people are looking for that. I got this mostly because of the material makeup. It was 100% wool, but it was also a really fun colorway, very unique. I paid $3 for this. It sold for $29, making my profit $20.20, and this took 16 days to sell. I have been having a lot of sweaters sell for me recently, and that has been exciting. All right, one more sale on Poshmark is a lower dollar sale, but that's okay. This is a torrid gray, stretchy, casual, sporty, loose, flowy, Hachi trapeze mini dress size 6X. Interestingly enough, Poshmark only has up to size 5X. So I had to put in the size category 5X, but in the title I put 6X and also took a picture of the tag, which has a 6, which means size 6X. In my description, I put the keywords everyday, neutral, and closet staple. I had this listed for 25 or 22. I got a $15 offer, which I countered to 18, and the buyer didn't really seem interested in 18, so I just recountered, matched their last offer of 15, and they accepted that. I paid $4 at the Goodwill outlet. It sold for 15, making my profit $8, and this took 135 days to sell, which is why I was okay with it selling for a lower amount. It was also a pretty plain dress. It was stretchy, looked super comfy, but happy for that sale. All right, ending now with eBay. eBay has been so fruitful for me. It's definitely been making up for Poshmark's failings. This first sale on eBay is really good. This is probably, I think it's my best sale. Yeah, my best sale for this week. And we have a lot of them. So this topped all of those sales. This is a Farm Rio Anthropologie multicolor artsy boho sleeveless halter maxi dress size small. In my description, I put the keywords bohemian, flowy, tropical, and vacation. When I was going to list this item, I saw a sold comp for the exact same dress of $105. So I listed mine for $100. I had lots of watchers, but I was ready to get this sold. So I offered, actually, no. I paid $12 at Uptown Cheapskate, and I believe I was offered $80, which I accepted, making my profit $48.80, and this took 31 days to sell. I could have held out and maybe sold it for my full asking price, but happy to make the sell. I think that Anthropologie or Farm Rio, when it's like combined with Anthropologie, I'm not sure if that makes it less valuable, but this was a maxi length, so that really helped it. It was only a size small too, but maxi length helped it out in my opinion. And yeah, I love Farm Rio. I wish I could find it more. I have only ever found it once in the wild. It was a skirt I found at the bins, and then I sourced a romper the Farm Rio romper on Mercari before, which I resold on eBay. But yeah, it is a highly coveted brand, and I wish I found it more. It's just such a pretty, flowy, tropical, exotic brand. Exotic would be a good keyword for that. Next sale is another brand I've never found before, and I have not found since, but it is a really good, sustainable brand that sells. This is a Quince cream-ribbed cotton cashmere long sleeve sweater mini dress, size large. In my description, I put the keywords classic, modest, warm, quiet luxury, and quality. This dress was actually still on their website, and I think it was discounted. So I wasn't sure if I would actually get a good profit for it, but I listed it at $40. It sold for $30. I had $7 into it, making my profit $15.80, and this only took 8 days to sell. I actually had a dream last night that someone was wearing a similar dress to this, and I thought, oh, I recently sold a Quince dress that looks exactly like that. So that's kind of funny. But I did put cashmere in my title, although it only had 5% cashmere in it. It was a very pretty, like, neutral dress. And this dress, did I say? Yeah, it only took 8 days to sell. So really happy about that. Keep an eye out for Quince. It doesn't retail for a whole ton, so try to look out for it in more substantial pieces like that. All right. Just like we have good sales, we have a bad sales. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren navy blue high-waisted baggy Y2K grunge cargo shorts, size 32. In my description, I put the keywords streetwear, 90s, casual, school, cool, and neutral. I paid $2 for this at the Goodwill outlet. I believe I sent out a $10 offer, making my profit $5.60, and this took 236 days to sell. There was some fading on these shorts. I wasn't sure if they were vintage or not, but I thought I could market them as like grunge, Y2K, baggy, streetwear, stuff like that. And they didn't sell for a whole ton, but I'm not mad about them selling. I was actually at the bins yesterday, like I was talking about earlier in this video, and I found a pair of tan Polo Ralph Lauren cargo shorts, very similar to these. And I was going to get them, but then I thought, wait, these took forever to sell, and my profit was not that good. So I'm not going to pick them up. And there was also some wear to the booty area, but I'm glad that I was like, wait a minute, these ones didn't sell that well. I'm not going to pick them up again to wait another 236 days to get a $5.60 profit, you know? All right. I have not had a lot of luck with this brand in terms of men's shirts. Like, they've done terrible. Actually, men's anything in this brand. I think I've only done well in this brand in like women's dresses and pants. The brand is Toad & Co., formerly known as Horny Toad. This was a Horny Toad piece, so that was what their name used to be called. So I put Toad & Co. and Horny Toad because I wanted to, be transparent, but also have the keyword of Toad & Co. because that is the newest label. So I put Toad & Co. Horny Toad, orange, burgundy, plaid, organic, outdoor button-up shirt, size extra large, or just put extra large. In my description, I put regular fit, fall, autumn, handsome, lumberjack, sustainable, rugged, and outdoor. I really liked the colorway on this shirt. I thought it was nice and really perfect for this time of year. So that's probably why it sold now. I paid $2 for this at the Goodwill outlet. It only sold for $15, but my profit's $9.40. Not too bad. And this took 319 days to sell. So I don't know if I'm going to be picking up Toad & Co. from the bins anymore, unless it's like a dress. I don't really find Toad & Co. at the thrift stores where I live, but I've had a suspicion for a while that the Goodwill outlet near me gets a lot of its stuff from Idaho, and I think that I'm correct because yesterday I saw something at the Goodwill outlet that had an Idaho Falls thing on it, and I'm like, oh, I bet my suspicions are correct. I bet a lot of the Goodwill outlet in Salt Lake comes, like a lot of their inventory and backstock comes from Idaho, because I've been to Idaho Falls several times before because that's where my husband's family lives, and they have no Goodwill outlet there for a couple of hours. Like, I think the closest one is, I think it's the one in Salt Lake. But if you're ever in Idaho Falls, check out Bacon and Blue. It's a restaurant. It's what my husband's parents' restaurant. So check that out. Shout out to them. This next sale is this vintage Christopher and Banks black red Fair Isle knit Christmas sweater vest, size large. In my description, I put the keywords preppy, geometric, unique, one of a kind, grandma core, festive, party, and ugly Christmas sweater. I paid $7 for this. I did accept a $14 offer because I've had this sweater for a really long time, making my profit only $3.64, but I've had this for 297 days. This was a style-based pickup. I really thought the Fair Isle was cool, and I probably could have held out and it might have sold around this Christmas season, but I like pushing out old inventory and getting it gone. So happy about that sale. Next sale is a Lululemon sale. This is a Lululemon gray-white striped fitness stretchy What the Sport shorts, long, size 6. In my description, I put the keywords sporty, workout, gym, active, and athleisure. And then I got a bunch of this information for my description from a website. I think it's called Lululemon Lovers or something, or like Lululemon Fanatics or something. And they have older Lululemon stuff on there where you can get information from and stock photos and such. I paid $3 for these at a yard sale. They sold for an offer of $19, making my profit $11.44, and these took 8 days. In my opinion, Lululemon shorts and pants are probably some of their best stuff that sell, in the women's department. I've noticed they sell better than Lululemon tops and leggings. All right, next sale was an extremely quick sale. I was like, heck yes, here we go. This is a pair of Teva gray adjustable strap outdoor grunge versatile Sierra sandals, size 8. In my description, whoops, I went too far. I put the keywords hiking, camping, travel, neutral, casual, and Corp Core. Paid $4 for these at a yard sale. A lot of this stuff all came from the same yard sale. And it sold for my full asking price of $25 in like a couple hours, like 2 hours. So 0 days to sell, $15 profit. Excellent. Would do that all day. Wish I could do that all day. I'm so stoked about that. I feel like Teva is a better brand to sell than Keen. I feel like Keen's become really oversaturated on the secondhand market, but Teva, I feel like, has a little bit better of a resale value and resells quicker. All right, we've got this much more to go through. eBay's popping off. So buckle up. This next sale is really good. This is a Zara silver black sequin sparkle party glam mini halter dress, size medium. In my description, I put the keywords holiday clubwear, New Year's, and going out. I paid $4.50 for this dress at an Uptown Cheapskate. Uptown Cheapskate. It sold for $40, which is so good, making my profit $25.90. And this took 33 days to sell. This was new with tags. And actually, so you know how on eBay, it gives you a recommended price or recommended price point based on similar sold listings. Similar sold sequin new with tags dresses from Zara were like $50, $60. So mine sold on the lower end. But yeah, happy about that sale. I had to put this on a model to list it because it was a halter style. And so it would just be impossible to put on a hanger. So I would definitely recommend a model or like a little bust for just buying it for your business if you can, because I don't use it most of the time, but some things really need to be put on the model. All right, this next sale is this Max Studio black cream tiered elastic waist whimsy goth midi skirt, size medium. In my description, I put the keywords cottage core, maiden, modest, flowy, prairie, fairy grunge, and festival. I paid $3 for this skirt at the Goodwill outlet. It only sold for $15. That's okay. Did I never put my profit? Oh, I didn't put my profit. Anyway, my profit's probably around $7, $8-ish, and this took 94 days to sell. This was mostly a style-based pickup. I think Max Studio is sold at Nordstrom and does retail for a good amount, but doesn't really have resale value. But this skirt was beautiful. I liked the print. It had an elastic waist and longer length tiered skirts. I'm telling you, seem to sell. Not for a ton, but if you can get them for cheap, they're worth it. All right, this next sale I was so happy about because I've had this forever, and I felt like the photos they took weren't that good. I think my camera was a little gunky and I couldn't get the black color to focus well. But this is a Calvin Klein black knit, mock neck, full zip, marquee sweater jacket, size large. In my description, I put the keywords business casual, neutral, sleek, outdoor, office, preppy, college, and classic. I paid $4 for this at the Goodwill outlet, sold for $15, making my profit $7.40. And so similar cost of goods and sale price to the Mac Studio skirt. So I was correct about it being around $7, $8 for profit. So $7.40 profit on this. This did take 246 days. I would not pick this up again. Calvin Klein, although it retails for a lot, the resale value isn't always the best, but I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't pick that up again, especially not from the regular thrift store because, yeah, no. All right, next sale is another lower dollar sale. These little sales add up, so I'm okay with that. This is a new CNC California white gray striped 100% linen sheer beachy pants size medium. In my description, I put the keywords coastal, swimsuit cover up, resort wear, summer breathable, and lightweight. I got these in Hawaii for $5. I believe I got a $15 or maybe $14 offer, really low offer, countered at like $18, and they countered $15.50. And I'm like, you know what? We're out of the season. I've had them listed for a while, so I did accept that $15.50 offer, making my profit $6.78. And these took 139 days to sell. These were new with tags, so that's good. But we were going out of the season, so I just wanted to get them sold. They were also kind of sheer, so that might have been a hindrance to them on why they didn't sell. This next sale is this Maurice's cream lace stretchy girly comfy cute padded bralette size large. In my description, I put the keywords casual and neutral. Just two. I just realized I froze up, so sorry guys. You're not going to be able to see me for the rest of this video. I probably was just moving too much, but actually after a while my screen just freezes for some reason. Anyway, I paid $1 for this at the Goodwill outlet. It sold for my full asking price of $14, which is actually really good because I think Maurice's bras only retail for around $15 to $20, making my profit $9.64, and this took 99 days to sell. I just thought this bra was so cute, and it looked comfy. It was in excellent condition. Actually, when I went to the Goodwill outlet yesterday, I found a lot of bras, like way more bras than I usually find. So hopefully we get some more bras sales coming up here. All right, you guys. Next sale is kind of a lower dollar too. This is a Vintage Style & Co. brown, white, floral, Y2K fairy cottagecore maxi skirt size 12. In my description, I put the keywords ethereal, whimsical, 90s chiffon, Phoebe Buffet, maiden, feminine, modest, and fully lined. Phoebe Buffet is a character from the TV show Friends. I've never watched that show, but I've seen kind of like pictures of the show of her outfits, and this looked like something she would potentially wear. I paid $2 for this, but now I'm kind of thinking, was this something that my friend gave me? Because I had a friend who decided to not resell anymore, and this might have been the skirt, but I can't remember. I had $2 on my chart, so we're going to go with $2. Came from the Goodwill outlet. I know that. Sold for $19, making my profit $12.44. This did take 411 days, though, to sell, which is pretty surprising because this skirt had a lot of good factors. It was a good size, a longer length, very fairy core-esque, but sometimes it just be like that. All right, next sale, we have this Miss Me woman's embroidered bootcut stretch low-rise distressed jeans, size 29. In my description, I put the keywords festival, cowgirl, rodeo, casual, and going out. I paid $4 for these at the Goodwill outlet. They sold for $22, making my profit $12.72. And these took 100 days to sell. I actually have another pair of bootcut Miss Me jeans listed in my store, and they're about the same size, same condition. But those ones I took pictures of. I hung them on a hanger to take the photos. And I think that this flat lace style is more appealing. It catches the buyer's attention more. So I think that that's why these ones sold and those other ones have not yet. So maybe I should retake photos of those other Miss Me jeans. But Probably not going to because I'm too lazy to do that and go back when I have reseller stuff to do in the present. We have a pair of Danskos. I love Danskos, one of my favorite brands to sell. We have these Dansko Gray Leather Mary Jane Chunky Heel Classy Roxanne shoes, size 39, also known as a size 8.5. In my description, I put the keywords dainty, natural, going out, career, office, supportive, work, and business casual. I was surprised these took as long as they did to sell because they were a Mary Jane style, which is a good factor for a lot of different brands of shoes. I paid $5 for these. I think they came from the Goodwill outlet. They sold for $22. Oh no, excuse me. They sold for $26, making my profit $14.76. And these took 205 days. So a lot longer than I would have liked, but I felt like I didn't price them up too high. All right, we have another pair of shoes, which is kind of an abysmal sale, really low dollar, but it's okay because I've had them for a while and I got them at the Goodwill outlet. I love sourcing shoes from the Goodwill outlet because the cost of goods is low and the stakes are low. All right, it just so my page is unresponsive. Hopefully it hangs out for us. This is a pair of Earth Origins navy blue slip-on comfort paisley tennis shoes, sneakers, size 11. I don't usually pick up this brand, but from the Goodwill outlet, I thought, why not? They're in pretty good condition. In my style keywords, I put neutral, versatile, flexible, cute, minimalist, everyday, outdoor cushioned walking, and tennis prep. I don't know why I keep saying this page is unresponsive because it seems fine to me. I paid $4 for these. They sold for an offer of $15.99, making my profit $8.15. And these took 330 days to sell. So quite a while, but that's okay. All right, here's a really good sale, you guys. This is from the brand Double D Ranch. I found this brand twice now. This is the second time, and it's a really good Western brand. So this is a vintage Double D Ranch cream tiered boho festival cottagecore maxi skirt, size extra small. In my description, I put the keywords elastic waist, rodeo, cowgirl, casual, neutral, flowy, and bohemian. I got this from the Goodwill outlet for $5. It sold for an offer of $48, making my profit $31.48. And this took 79 days to sell. This did have a few marks on it, but it was very pretty and I'm super happy for the sale. That is what the Double D Ranch tag looks like, but there are older tags too. And I believe this one was vintage. I mean, just look at the volume of this skirt. This would definitely be a fun skirt to twirl in. Next sale, I thought I would get more money for it, but I felt like the offer I got was reasonable, so I took it. This is a Jessica pistachio green ruffle smocked free spirit knee-length dress, size 5X. In my description, I put the keywords coquette, girly, and doll. I paid $6.50 for this at Uptown Cheapskate. It sold for an offer of $30, even though I had it listed for $50, making my profit $16.30. And this took 59 days to sell. Jessica is a pretty good brand to resell. I don't find it like ever. I think I only found it one other time, but they're known for being a size inclusive brand and having a lot of really pretty, whimsical, very feminine, unique, beautiful dresses. But the quality, honestly, is not that good. Like this was made of 100% polyester. The quality didn't feel super nice, but I think this retailed for like $150. So I heard because I think I follow a Facebook group on Facebook, and I think that I've had people who bought $200 plus dresses complain about the embroidery coming undone. So we think that the quality isn't the best, even though it retails for a lot, but it is a super popular brand. All right, next sale is this Gap light blue lamb's wool blend soft warm pullover knit sweater, size medium. In my description, I put the keywords winter, cozy, quiet luxury, closet staple, capsule wardrobe neutral, and old money. I paid $2 for this at the Goodwill outlet. It sold for $15, making my profit $9.40, and this took 221 days to sell. So a while. I don't get the brand Gap to resell a lot, but this had 55% lamb's wool in it, so quality material makeup, and it probably took a while to sell because we had to wait for the cold weather to hit us again. All right, a few more sales here. This is a Cabby black pink floral button-up long sleeve going out sheer full blouse, size extra large. In my description, I put the keywords colorful, preppy, cute, and teacher. I got this from the same yard sale as a bunch of those other items. I paid $3 for this. It sold for an offer of $20, making my profit $12.20. And this took 15 days to sell. Cabby never sells this well for me, so I don't know why this one took not that long to sell, but it was really cute and it was a larger size, so maybe that's why it sold. Next, we have a pair of Keens, which sold very quickly, not for a lot, but that's okay. We have these Keen gray-blue ombre slip-on grunge casual beach outdoor volley sandals, size 7.5. In my description, I put the keywords nature, hiking, camping, and neutral, and then I got a bunch of information from, you know the drill, some website. I paid $4 for these at the same yard sale as all that stuff is selling from. It sold for an offer of $16, making my profit $8.16, which isn't a ton, but it only took 4 days to sell. So I'm happy with that. And then in my most recent bins haul video, I show a pair of rainbow Keens. They had like a rainbow colorway, and they're the exact same style as these ones, just a different colorway. And so it was really easy to list those. 2 more sales. We have this cashmere sweater, and it sold so quickly. So definitely be on the lookout for cashmere. You just have to make sure there's no holes or stains or anything. This is a Lockmere blue, 100% cashmere, soft, luxurious, casual outdoor sweater, size small. In my description, I put the keywords classic, preppy, teacher, school, college, closet staple, wardrobe basic, and capsule wardrobe. It was marked as a size 16, but I listed it as a size small. Maybe it was a kid size 16, or maybe it was shrunk. It didn't look shrunk though, but I just sold it as a size small and put measurements. I paid $6 for this. It sold for my full asking price of $25 in 1 day, making my profit $13. The other cashmere sweater I got from this thrift trip has also just sold. I need to package it up still, but it sold very quickly too. So cashmere is definitely selling. Last sale is a pair of shoes. I feel like I sold a good amount of shoes this week, which isn't always the case, but I love selling shoes because they're super easy to photograph and super quick to list. This is a Picolinos men's brown leather, sleek quality Jerez slip-on flats, size 11. In my description, I put the keywords neutral and everyday. Tops for these were around like 30 to 40, but there was some wear on the bottom of these, and the insoles had also been replaced by Good Feet insoles, which is it's like the Good Feet store. I've heard ads for it, but I think it's like a store that specializes in making your shoes more comfortable. I paid $5 for these. They sold for an offer of $20, making my profit $10.20, and these took 88 days to sell. But yeah, that's it for the sales. Lots of eBay sales. Hopefully you didn't fall asleep through all these eBay sales. I know that my face is frozen, so you don't have that visual feedback, but thanks for tuning in.
That's it for this What Sold video. Thanks for tuning in. Not much else to say, but if you really like this video, give it a thumbs up or comment or both. I'd really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.